Welcome back, everybody. My name is Pritesh here with Kaizen Crypto, bringing you another video. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. I hope you guys are all doing well. In this video, some really exciting news coming from El Salvador. El Salvador is now the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. I wanted to give some thoughts regarding that. There was a Twitter space with the president of El Salvador last night. I stayed up till 2 a.m. listening to this guy talk, and it was just so insightful. So I wanted to give my thoughts on this exciting news. Also, taking a closer look at some of the software running the Cardano protocol. So, with all the anticipation coming up with the Alonzo hard fork event coming up very soon later this year, talking about some of the more technical aspects of writing these applications on Cardano. Also, we see the exchange Bitrue has decided to now support community stake pools by delegating 1 million ADA to our own One Love Lovelace stake pool. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about a few different things in this video related to the community delegation efforts by some of these exchanges. And lastly, giving you all some final thoughts on should you invest in Cardano. Of course, not financial advice, but just giving you all my opinion if you are new to Cardano. So lots of interesting topics to talk about here in this video today. All that coming up right after our sponsor. Our sponsor for today's video is Volcy Stake Pool. Volcy Stake Pool is a bare metal stake pool committed to the Single Pool Alliance. They are committing 45% of their staking rewards to children in Haiti to make sure that they are well fed and educated. We saw back in 2010, Haiti experienced an incredibly devastating earthquake, and their population is still feeling the ramifications of this devastating natural disaster. So with their initiative, 45% of their staking rewards committed to children in Haiti. So if you are looking for a mission-driven stake pool committed to single pool operators, be sure to delegate to Volcy Stake Pool, ticker VOLCY. Thank you so much to Volcy Stake Pool for sponsoring today's video. So to get things started, we see some big news from El Salvador. El Salvador approves a law making Bitcoin legal tender. So this came at a vote of 62 out of 84 votes approving the measure to make this into law. So this is big news. We saw other Central American countries following El Salvador's lead, making Bitcoin as legal tender. There was actually a Twitter space going on, and Anthony Pompliano, some other really prominent Bitcoiners had put this together, and the president just so happened to be listening at the time. And I was in the chat, and then all of a sudden I heard the president come into the Twitter space. So it was really mind-blowing to actually be there and getting a chance to listen firsthand on some of his remarks related to it. And some of the key takeaways for me was that they realized that this is a very new proposition that they're making. And there are still a lot of things that they have to think about as it comes to implementing this successfully. But nonetheless, I feel like this is a very positive step forward for increasing mainstream adoption for cryptocurrency. Now, according to what he had stated, this is straight from the horse's mouth. According to the president of El Salvador, what they are going to do is essentially have a fund set aside for people such as merchants and businesses who do accept this Bitcoin as payments. And the way it would work is that, let's say a merchant accepts this Bitcoin from a customer for payments of groceries, for example, but the owner of the grocery store doesn't want to have the risk necessarily of holding Bitcoin, being that it is a relatively volatile asset. They don't want to see their value fluctuating up and down 10% in a given day. So what the government has proposed with this law is that they are going to essentially buy the Bitcoin from these businesses that decide that they would rather take the US dollars. So what they're going to do is have a fund set in place. Right now, it's going to be $150 million of US dollars, which will be used to purchase Bitcoin from these businesses. So in a way, the government and the country of El Salvador itself is also accumulating Bitcoin, not only accepting it as a form of payments as legal tender, but also using it as some type of asset. I would think maybe even a reserve asset that they plan in the future on adding to their balance sheet. So big deal, big news coming from El Salvador. Really cool to see this. Another interesting development was that the president of El Salvador has instructed the state-owned geothermal electric company, La GOSV, to put together a plan to mine Bitcoin with volcanic emissions energy. So with this being said, a clean, energy efficient way to produce energy to mine Bitcoin. So I think that the government has really paved the way here in terms of some innovative ideas, at least for Central American countries, to begin adopting and utilizing Bitcoin as a technology and a means of payment. So incredible to see this. Godspeed to El Salvador. Wish them all the best with their innovative ideas. Whichever route they decide to go with this, I think either way, it is a big positive step in the right direction for the overall cryptocurrency space. So great to see that from El Salvador. Next up, I wanted to take a look, turning briefly to Cardano. So a closer look at the software running Cardano. So this is a blog post on the IOHK blog. I will be sure to leave all these links for you all down in the description below. This is going to be a bit more on the technical side, but one thing that we are eagerly anticipating coming up very soon is the rollout of smart contracts on Cardano. This network upgrade is going to be taking place likely by August, September, and it's going to be known as the Alonzo hard fork. So in this article, we take a look at some of the key components related to the software as it relates to the Cardano stack. So the platform stack for Cardano includes these core components. We've got the Cardano node, the Cardano CLI, the Cardano wallet, DB Sync, which synchronizes blockchain data. So we've got a few different technical terms related to running the infrastructure for the Cardano node. But what I wanted to take a look at in this article is that it shows a very interesting chart of the smart contract scripting options when we do have this functionality available. So with smart contracts coming to Cardano very soon, this means that Plutus, the native smart contract language, and other smart contract development languages like Marlowe and Glow will be integrated into the Cardano stack. IO Global engineers will provide new and extended components to compile Plutus, Marlowe, and Glow scripts, submit them on chain, and interact with them. So that's what we're taking a look at here. So this is a very nice way to visualize the different tools that will be available for developers when we do see this functionality. So we do have the native Plutus support with Plutus Core, and also Marlowe as well kind of fits into that as well. But one thing that would be fitting in the middle of that is going to be Glow. So Glow is a framework for these smart contract languages to be written and compatible with the Cardano network. Another is going to be Solidity. So we have something called the KEVM, which is going to allow for smart contracts to be written in Solidity and migrated over to the Cardano blockchain. And that is where things such as Yella come into play as well. So we got a lot of cool things that we're looking at here related to the tools that would be first made available for these developers when we do finally see this functionality rolled out onto the Cardano blockchain. Now, the Plutus partners and Plutus pioneers are making some really amazing progress, as well as the Stakepool operator pioneers are also spinning up the Alonzo testnet nodes, making sure that all the bugs and all the kinks are sorted out before this network upgrade happens. So we've got prominent Stakepool operators, Shweta Chauhan of K-Blocks, being invited to this select group of people, finish setting up K-Blocks on the Alonzo Blue testnet. Very reassuring to see it minting blocks and getting rewards. So very exciting to see this, getting us one step closer towards a full Goguen release. Next up, very exciting news to see that prominent exchanges such as Bitrue is now supporting community stake pools for Cardano with an initial 1 million ADA delegation to the Lovelace stake pool. So very exciting news to see this. Of course, what we saw previously was exchanges like Binance. We had eToro, very big conglomerate exchanges pretty much spinning up a multitude of stake pools, upwards of 10 plus stake pools. And what that would do is put the network decentralization in question. So it's a very cool thing to see here that we've got Bitrue, a prominent exchange that supports Cardano ADA, will be delegating to community stake pools. So taking a look at the article that they had released, talking more about this initiative, Bitrue has been a long-term supporter of the Cardano ecosystem, first listing them on the exchange in early 2019 and introducing them as one of the first investable assets. As part of their continued support for the Cardano protocol, they're announcing today that they will be supporting a community stake pool, One Love, operated by Lovelace Pool, with an initial stake of 1 million ADA. So after careful consideration of the pool operators that they would like to support, Bitrue decided to partner with One Love. The stake pool operator Glitch had no previous coding skills and learned how to establish and operate a stake pool from nothing alongside other community members. Since they started operating, they've processed over 110 blocks, received delegation from 125 community members, and have experienced zero downtime. True merits, which represents a high quality of a community-led stake pool. So I can certainly vouch for this. Glitch has certainly been a very prominent community member with helping new people get involved, especially stake pool operators, always providing support to other members in the community. So big congratulations to Glitch with One Love Stake Pool. And it's very, very nice to see that these exchanges are taking into account the network health and supporting these community stake pools. So why has Bitrue chosen to stake their ADA to a public stake pool rather than creating their own private stake pool? So I think this is the question that a lot of people have in mind. And what they said was that Bitrue has been a long-term supporter of the Cardano ecosystem, and Cardano assets currently comprise about 10% of the total trading volume on the exchange. The ADA USDT pair is the fifth most popular pair on their exchange. In light of this, they wish to do more to help this community grow, as well as support some of the fundamental tenets of cryptocurrency, in particular decentralization. Support for stake pools has been much requested feature from the community, and we're hoping to support more Cardano-based initiatives soon as well. So really nice to see this effort from Bitrue to help support community stake pools. I'm sure that they are going to be adding to this community delegation effort by choosing other stake pools to diversify their delegation. But I think that this is an incredible step in the right direction, and hopefully will provide an example for other exchanges who wish to contribute to the Cardano protocol. And last up, for those of you all who have stayed till the very end, should you invest in Cardano? So one thing I'm seeing recently is a lot of new people getting into the space and wondering, now that we've seen the price rise by such a tremendous amount, going all the way from 10 cents back, not even just a year ago, all the way now to just over $1.50. A lot of people asking the question, is now the right time to buy? So of course, you guys know on the channel, not financial advice, simply just providing the best form of education and my opinions that I possibly can to help you make the best decisions for yourself. What I would say to you is if that you are looking at the cryptocurrency industry as a whole, and you believe in the technology, and you can say to yourself that you do have the correct time horizon to hold out throughout these market swings, whether we're up or down, either way, you're still earning passive income by holding Cardano. If you have the correct mindset, with that being said, I would say that it is a great time to develop your strategy. So one thing I like to recommend when it comes to formulating a plan to invest in cryptocurrencies is checking out different types of calculators. So this is a really cool compound interest calculator from nerdwallet.com. This is a very, very simplified way to think about it. But with Cardano, you guys know every 5 days, just for holding ADA, you're able to earn passive income by delegating to a stake pool. So let's say, for instance, if you have a 5,000 ADA amount that you have delegated to a stake pool. It could be more, it could be less. This is all depending on your own personal financial situation. But this is just for example purposes in this video. Let's say, for instance, every pay period or every month, you decided that you wanted to dollar cost average, whether the price is up or down. Every month, you are going to set aside a certain dollar amount to invest into ADA. So very conservative. Let's say you purchase 100 ADA every month in order to add to your initial holdings. And if you do this for the time span of about 5 years at about a 5% annual rate of return, your compounded balance over that 5 years would turn into 13,000 ADA. So that's just a very simplified way to look at it. Of course, you can adjust these metrics by adjusting the time frame. You can adjust how much you would like to add to your contributions. I mean, let's say nothing changes, and if you decided you want to hold out for 15 years and stick with this plan, your 5,000 ADA would become 36,000 ADA. So those are some interesting ways to look at it. Of course, you guys do have to consider that the price appreciation potential for Cardano is definitely there, considering we do have smart contracts coming up very soon in the near future. So as far as if it is the right time, definitely would consider formulating a plan, whether the market goes up or down, making sure that you know exactly what is going to be right for you in terms of investing in cryptocurrencies. So guys, those are just some thoughts that I have related to investing into Cardano, some things that I'm seeing that are exciting related to cryptocurrency and broader adoption. An amazing time to be involved in this space. All right, everyone. Well, that is what I have for you all here in this video. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to drop a like. It definitely does help support the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe and be sure to click that notification bell so you know exactly when I post a new video. All right, everyone. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.